All right, guys, for our read together story, we're going to do Glow in the Dark, Trip to the Planets. We are not going to be in the dark, but if you find this book somewhere, you can try and do it in the dark at home. So, Glow in the Dark, Trip to the Planets by Lucille Hammond. One spring morning, Katie climbed into her spaceship and got ready for her long trip. She fastened all the safety buckles and checked all the switches. Then after the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, she blasted off into the sky. Soon, she was orbiting the Earth. That means going around. And in no time at all, she had seen North America, South America, the Pacific Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean. Now she could tell for sure that the world was really round. So there's planet Earth. Then Katie headed toward the moon. She traveled very fast and made a smooth landing when she got there. Lucky Katie, she had lots of time to look around. She bounced along the cold and rocky surface in her spacesuit and took many pictures on the way. She could see craters everywhere, and over the horizon, part of Earth appeared in the distance. So these are craters, the like holes and dips on the moon. Okay. After her walk on the moon, Katie ate her delicious lunch and studied her map. She saw that there were 9 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Someday, Katie hoped to visit all the planets, but now she was going to go to Mars. It was a long journey, so she had to make sure that everything was in order. So it's showing you that the sun is in the middle and all the planets orbit around the sun. And Earth is right here. We're the third closest to the sun. Mars was so far away that Katie slept for most of the trip. When she woke up, it was time to land. "I am the first person to be on Mars," she exclaimed as she walked around. Everywhere she looked on the rugged surface, she saw red dust. Now she knew why Mars was called the Red Planet. Katie kept on exploring until it was time to go back to Earth. But then she had an idea. "Now that I've come all this way," she thought, "why not go on to Jupiter and see the biggest planet of all?" Once more, Katie prepared to launch her spacecraft. Off she flew, but unfortunately, Katie had forgotten about all the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. The big chunks of rock could easily bang into the spacecraft and damage it. And suddenly, as Katie was speeding along in the direction of Jupiter, she found herself about to collide with an asteroid. "Help!" she shouted, but there was no one to hear her, and she had to act quickly all by herself. So these big rocks that shoot through the belt are called asteroids. Right away, Katie pulled a switch and avoided a disaster just in time. Jupiter loomed in the distance. As Katie approached the planet, she suddenly lost the power in her spacecraft. It went rolling and lunging in all directions. The lights went out and the spaceship turned upside down. Katie was terrified. Terrified means you're really, really scared. You feel that you're in danger. At that very moment, Katie remembered the emergency power button, which would direct the spacecraft toward Earth using the engine's auxiliary power. It was her last chance. She pushed the button just in the nick of time. The spaceship immediately righted itself and raced back through the asteroid belt, past Mars, and toward Earth. So she wants to go home now. She got too scared. When Katie was safely back on course, she relaxed and her heart stopped pounding. She began to enjoy herself again. "I almost got to Jupiter," she said. "Next time I might make it." The return journey took a long time, but Katie dozed off now and then and began to dream. Sometimes she imagined what it would be like when she landed back on Earth. She would be famous, she thought, and crowds of people would be there to greet her. They would shout, "Hooray for Katie! Hooray for Katie!" When she woke up, Katie saw Earth in the distance. "My very own planet," she thought, and she gave a big sigh. As she prepared for her landing, Katie saw the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. The Big Dipper and Little Dipper are constellations of stars. After a safe landing, Katie saw her father approaching the spaceship. He was smiling as he said, "Ooh, what a good trip you had, Katie. Now it's time to go home." And he helped her out of the spaceship. So she was using her imagination to pretend that she was in a spaceship and an astronaut. So you guys can do that too at home, okay? And that's our story for today, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good day.